Bitfarms reported earnings just the other day. So did Hut. Couple of surprises there, and despite that, one went up, one went down. We're going to talk about that real quick right now. We're going to look at the money market funds. We're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin and where it is currently struggling at and what it may be doing here in the near future. We're also going to talk a little bit about DOGE because DOGE is getting a little bit interesting. Okay, so we're looking here at the money market funds. And we see that they are actually still growing there. So it grew at almost $100 billion there from last week to this week. I don't love that necessarily. And you can see that institutions went up significantly higher than retail, and that might be explaining the dip that we're seeing this week. So when we're looking for next week to see if this one goes lower, but institutions are cashing up hard at the moment. Is that ominous? Are they going to deploy that cash going into December for the Christmas rally? I'm not sure, but retail only increased by $2 billion, whereas institutions went over $90 billion almost there. About $90 billion. They increased their position here in money market funds. Is that them acting as a result of what Jay Powell said the other day, that they're not in a hurry to cut rates, so they may keep them higher for longer still? Are they going to cause a recession there with that? I don't know. We'll see. We're going to talk about some of that, not today, but as time goes on. Things are definitely frothy. Things are definitely getting to that point where I'm feeling a little bit of an itch of concern for stuff, and that soft landing potentially not being as soft as we originally thought. But for now, we are going back to the Bitcoin cycle of things. Anyways, Bitfarms reported great earnings. Look at that. They actually beat by like 0.002 on standardized. What they reported was right in line. They missed revenue by only 3%. This is actually one of the better earnings we've seen this season for Bitcoin miners. If we go over to Riot, they reported, is this Q3? Yep, they reported back on October 30th. They missed earnings, EPS by 200% and revenue by 5.48%. But they're doing the exact same move as Bitfarms. If you look at this, this is almost identical. Almost identical there. Anyways, Bitfarms did not get any of the benefit of having a good earnings there, and that is unfortunate. So this is looking like all the momentum is looking down, especially with this candle, like right now today, forming in the bottom half of this big bearish candle right here. Like it hasn't even gotten back up to the top half here. Like we got to get up and above 223 to have like any hope of short-term pain not being continued. Here I am looking at, honestly, this level right about here. I'm looking at that level right about there. Let me go ahead and make that one white because that's the highest contrast for me to do that sort of thing. I'm going to delete, I'm going to leave those there too. Yeah, but I'm looking at about 189 again potentially if this, like I want to see, it may come and test the top end of this channel here. So this one's done. This aggressive one, that one's done. This one, like I want to say it's done, but it keeps coming out above it and then coming back down. Like there's another channel above this larger channel, kind of still pointing things down here for Bitfarms. So I am expecting it to come at least to the top of this right here, about at least $2, maybe like 189. If things got bad, like if there was something big announcement or Bitcoin cratered to 80 or something, then we could see that on Bitfarms. So it's still not good. It's not looking good right now. Let's take a look at Hut. Hut was, hold on, wait for it. Where's the loading? All right, it was profitable. They were profitable. They beat EPS by 103%, eking out a 1 cent profit after their estimated loss of 29 cents per share. They made 1 cent per share, so they are profitable. Hut is officially a profitable Bitcoin miner, the only one so far that's reported. We'll see what happens when some of these other ones report. We'll see where they're standing. And on revenue, they beat by 26%, and as a result, they're holding up much better. They went as high as 28.60 there. I want to say about 28.60, is that right? Yeah, about 28.50. And they're holding up much better up here in the upper part of their trading zone here. We actually took out this high. That's great. We took out this high. We took out all these highs going all the way back to 2022 just now. That is Great. So what we're looking for is a retest of maybe $20, like a retest of maybe 20. Once we retest that 20, I'd be looking for a launch, something kind of like back here. Let's just go back here, go in here, something like back here, right? Went down into December and then launched at the back end of December going into January. That's what I'm looking for right now on HUT. HUT is actually one of the most interesting charts I've seen right now. So I'd be looking for it to come back down to about 20 over the next like week or two. And then from there, our next stop is, honestly, about almost $40. It's like $36, $37 before we hit this resistance over here. And above that, above that, we'd be looking at almost a doubling again. Not again. Sorry, that's 40. $66 almost. We'd be looking at another like $30 up from there once we conquer that $36 level there. So that's what I'm watching for HUT right now, especially if they report another profitable earnings like early in January. Yeah, that's going to be real nice for HUT. CleanSpark warrants, still not trading, still nothing here. I've been waiting. I would like for them to start trading again while CleanSpark is still down, because I would like to get these things for under 10 cents if I could. That would be great. I'm planning to buy like 10 to 20,000 of these things here as soon as they're trading again, and I would be looking to play those up into the dollar range, maybe $2 range. Once we see CleanSpark trading above $18 solidly for a long period of time, we should see that kind of result out of that. What else? Let's go back to, I don't know what happened to ARM, but that's bad, 4%. I couldn't find any news on that. Let's see, Tesla. Tesla's up today. That's not bad. It's not going to break this trend, I don't think. So let's see. Let me bring this in. So for Tesla, yeah, I'd be looking for it to come to the 21 at least. I want to see it hit 283 at like the very least. Maybe dip down to like this line here to 270, but we'll see. I do think it'll hit the 21-day moving average before the downtrend is over. This is pretty aggressive. See it come hit the 21, bounce off. That's what I want to see right now out of that thing, out of Tesla. But 2% up is good. I'll take it. Is there anything else? Oh, Block did the thing. So I've been really busy lately. I've been having a lot of issues with stuff at home, trying to deal with. So I've been missing some stuff like this one. I missed because, my car decided to die, which is really annoying because I just bought it a year ago and it already needed a $1,000 repair. That's pretty frustrating. That really upset me, actually. So that had me out of commission for like 2 days in terms of being able to go anywhere. But then I've also been dealing with some pests in my home and trying to get that taken care of. So that's been just like every single day cleaning and making phone calls and making appointments and being present and cleaning again. And it's just, so I missed this one. I missed this one because this one happened in 3 days. And that was the 3 days when I was dealing with all of this stuff. Anyways, we came up, we blasted off out of my zone. So we came above my 73.66, right? We piddled around on that for a bit. We went above it, retested it, came back to the 200 for a brief period of time, and then launched. We went all the way up to $90, and now it's doing a pullback. So now what am I looking for? So I'm looking maybe for it to bounce off this 382. If that fails, off the 5. If that fails, 618. I would like to see the 618. And then from there, maybe go back up to $100. Coin. How's Coin doing? Coin is, I don't know why I drew that. Coin is actually, yeah, I would also want to see this thing come to the 21 or the 21 come back to it. Right now, that's what I want to see on Coin. At 21 would be like right into support here over the next week or two. Momentum is looking the right way, so that would be like $244 before I want to see it. Maybe higher. I mean, it might meet it at 250. It might meet it at 250, and then come up higher, back up and test like that 330 again, maybe even more on Coinbase. I don't think it's over yet, but we're going to experience some pain, I think, for a little while here. That initial jolt from the election for crypto is worn off now. And now we've got to go, we need the next catalyst to really see this thing pop off right now. So that's basically, Bitcoin is next. All right, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually up today, so we're making a bit of a flag. I actually like this little flag right here. It's kind of doing a bit of a pennant there, right here. I'll draw it real quick. It's going to be an ugly drawing, but I'll do it right there and right there. That's actually not so bad. All right, so it's doing like a bit of a pennant there. If we lose it to the downside, we're coming back to $80,000. And we'll do that real fast in a hurry. If it breaks the upside, we could go to 100,000. And so we're either going to come back to test the 21 and hit 80. I know the 21's at 78,000 right now, but it will be at around 80 by the time it hits it. Or we're hitting $100,000. That's where we're sitting right now. We're teetering on that. Now, the momentum is saying that things are weakening, but the momentum can shift. And if we drill a little lower here, let's look at the 1 hour. How's the 1 hour treating us? The 1 hour is, okay, yeah. All right, the 1 hour looks like it wants to go up. So look at this. So we see average force is coming down, and the fast one is pointing down. But notice how this was divergence here, right? This was going up while the momentum was coming down. Okay, now we're starting to work our way up while momentum is still facing up. The larger one is facing up. So if this fast one turns around, turns yellow again, while the slow one is still green, and we see average force pop up, then this thing's going to 100,000. If the fast one comes craters to the bottom, the slow one starts to turn purple, and the average force keeps going down, then we're going to $80,000. And we're going to do that fast. And I do see a bit of a head and shoulders forming here. Let me draw that. I want to go on the 2 hour, though. On the 1 hour, it's a little messy. Let's go right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a head and shoulders. Okay. So we're either going to make this pennant or this head and shoulders right here, and the neckline is right there. This neckline right there, and I'll draw it with a ray here so that you can see it nice and easy. That is the neckline right there. Underneath that, we're coming back down to $80,000. Okay, if we can get above this line, we might try 100,000. So we're in a bit of a precarious spot right now. We're either going to drop, $9,000 or pop $12,000. That's kind of where we're at right now. It's teetering in that zone. So it is making a head and shoulders. Okay, it's doing that. But it's also making something of a pennant up here at the top of the range, which could be a further breakout. And if we go to the 2 hours, look at how the 2 hour looks. Average force is getting stronger. Momentum is flat. It's flattening out, but it is on its way up. So there is contradiction in the momentum here at different time frames. So it's not clear, basically. What I'm trying to say is it's not clear right now. We could see more pain. We could see immediate pops. So that is... we're in a point of indecision. That's what I'm trying to say. We're at a point of indecision right now. So things are going to be a little bit rough. They're going to be a bit wonky. They're going to be a little bit scary. I'm not too concerned. I'm not really selling anything. I'm looking to buy clean spark warrants. When they start trading again for the miners, I'm just kind of sitting on them right now. But of course, I'm in like significant profit on all of my miners. So it's easy for me to do that and say that. For those of you that bought in at the top here recently, you might be feeling that pain and thinking it's never going to go away and just want to get out of those positions. That's an understandable feeling. Can't tell you what to do about that. Personally, I'm holding through it. And I have held through that kind of pain before. But of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Simply what I'm doing with my portfolio. And I am holding on to my miners right now. I am expecting further upside through December, as is tradition, and I am looking at Bitcoin to go to $100,000 this year before the end of the year. And then Doge, we'll talk about Doge real quick. Doge came back down to my level here about 35 cents. Okay, great, came back to 35 cents. I would like to see Doge come to about 33, 31 cents. I'd like to see it hit this 382, and on the way down, I'd like to see it at least hit this 382. If it bounces off that 382, so if Doge bounces off that 382 level, we are going to go up to probably 55 cents. We might go up to 55 cents, maybe even 60. And I will be back in on Doge. We bounce off of that, I will get back into Doge again. We might do the 5, which would be 29 cents. That would be totally a healthy move for Dogecoin at this point to come all the way down to 29 and then bounce from there. 25, 29 and bounce from there. That would also be an area I'd be watching. So I'm going to watch at 32 cents. If it doesn't bounce, I'm going to watch for 29 cents. If it doesn't bounce, I'm going to watch for 25 cents. And if it doesn't bounce there, then I'll start being like, what's going on here? It might come down to the 786, but man, that's deep. Anyways, yeah, the next level up would be 55 cents afterwards, then 60. And if it comes down, I'm looking 32, 29, and 25 right now for Dogecoin on the way down to look for buys on the way up. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Do not sleep on the sticker shop. That link is also in the description and channel bio, and have a profitable day.